Costa's levels of thinking allow students to engage with content at deeper levels of understanding. Many times, a house is used as an analogy to explain this process. At the base of the house is the foundational knowledge, vocabulary, and concepts that need to be understood in order to go higher. In the middle is where students can process the information and explain reasons behind the concepts. At the very top, the roof, is where students are able to go beyond the concept and create and apply it to new situations. Also known as level 1 gathering, level 2 processing, and level 3 applying. Students can use this knowledge of Costa's to evaluate their own level of understanding or metacognition. For instance, at level 1, they can ask, can I recall or identify the terms? Some teachers refer to this as the Google level. Level 2, students can ask, can I read between the lines and analyze or explain my thinking? This might be called the noodle level. And at level 3, students could ask, can I evaluate, create, or reinvent a new or related idea? This might be called the doodle level. Each of these levels increases the amount of rigor that a teacher instills within a lesson and that the students bring to their levels of understanding. Teachers can also use Costas to assess student understanding of concepts and design lessons at various levels of rigor to engage students at higher levels of understanding. At each of these levels, teachers might include questions such as, at the gathering level, can students recall and identify terms? At the processing level, can students read between the lines and analyze or explain their thinking? And at the applying level, can students evaluate, create, or reinvent a new related idea? Test questions, projects, in-class discussions can all surround these various levels of understanding, again, in order to increase the rigor of the lesson. Coaching students to know the difference between these 3 levels can help them advocate for their own learning by enhancing their study skills. An image that might help is looking again at the building of a house. Level 1, the foundation, takes a long time to build those key concepts and terms. Level 2, sort of that interpretive processing. What is it going to look like and how does it rest on the foundational knowledge? And then level 3, imaginative. What are you now going to use this playhouse for? Is it a restaurant? Is it a house? Is it a cabin? This is imaginative and going beyond the initial concepts and structure of the house. There are many great ways to use Costas in the classroom, such as organizing questions in those different groups after a reading activity, using something like Padlet to ask students to think about those different levels of understanding once again after a lesson or a reading. Providing some opportunities to do a gallery walk, looking at what maybe questions students have created. An in-class reading activity, maybe even where they're marking up the text or using some focus notes. Perhaps just a pause and some elbow partner processing time where students can monitor their own level of understanding and ask questions to the group. Even as a Socratic seminar preparation activity to give them opportunities to engage with multiple levels of understanding. And finally, maybe even as an entrance or exit activity to kind of see if they've been able to move to those various levels and apply their knowledge. One final thing to share is that there is kind of a way even for focused note-taking to provide some of that study skill concepts within if you are using Costas. So as students are taking their general notes, pausing every so often and thinking and asking them to add maybe a level 1, a level 2, or a level 3 question to what they've learned allows them to understand how they could use this as a study strategy even later beyond your classroom to more deeply engage with content.